What's up, guys? Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Got a sweet Flex Friday routine for you today. Going to be taking a break from the bench press in today's Flex Friday and instead do a little bit of heavy overhead work. Not going to lie, I didn't really plan for it to happen that way, but didn't get to the gym till 2 a.m. And if you're going to be doing some heavy bench, you better have a spotter that you can rely on that will prevent you from eating the bar if you can't handle the load. And given the fact that it was 2 in the morning or 2 at night, depending on how you look at it, I didn't really trust any of the creepers that were there. All right, 2 a.m. I realized is not where you want to be if you're going to rely on someone to keep you from chowing down on some heavy iron. But nevertheless, decided just to play it safe and see how much I could put overhead with the strict press, and nevertheless, turned out to be a nice little routine. So I'm going to take you through the entire routine I did today, all the way from the core activation work to really stiffen and stabilize the thoracic spine. I'll explain more about that and the importance of it later on. All the way from there to the speed work, the priming sets, to put you in better position for the overhead press work, the actual heavy overhead press work, and all the weak point training that we did to follow that. So if you're trying to boost your overhead press and build some dense, ripped, and powerful muscle mass all over your body, specifically in the meathead zone of the upper chest, delts, and back and lats, as well as the pipes. Yes, we train those two on Flex Friday. Then check out this routine. I think you're really going to enjoy. Let's roll the footage.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do for the overhead press workout is work on more core activation. If you notice, whenever I do get to the overhead press, I'm going to be in a position of thoracic extension. And whenever that's the case, I need to make sure my thoracic spine is well insulated and stiff and stable. And doing these anti-lateral flexion exercises like you see here, which, by the way, I tried this windmill out for the first time and need a little bit of work on it. But nevertheless, exercises like this that force you to stabilize and strengthen and stiffen that thoracic spine are definitely going to be the ones that you want to work on if you're putting weight overhead, or if you're bench pressing, squatting, or deadlifting. All very important. And if you're a power lifter, especially these anti-extension based exercises like you see here. Any tire rollout, TRX rollout, ball rollout, stir the pot, any anti-extension work that is going to increase strength and stability in that thoracic spine is going to put you, number one, in a more safe position if you're going to have any axial load, and two, going to put you in a more powerful position given the fact that your core, anything and everything surrounding your spine, is going to be what helps you take all the force that you have produced from your hips and everything surrounding your main joints and transmit it from lower body to upper body, which might not be as important for overhead press, but if you're going to squat and deadlift, you better damn well make sure you cover your ass on that. Now, after we did that core activation work, we did a couple quick sets of priming exercises just to kind of excite the nervous system and get our body used to moving fast and explosively. Then we get to the meat and potatoes, the main event, the overhead press, which see me do there, fighting with a little bit of weight, and then just to kind of increase the time under tension, get my body used to feeling comfortable with heavier loads overhead. Did 2 reps on just jerks with the same weight. But quick note on that, make sure when you're doing that, have a good thoracic extension and have that good lifter's wedge, making sure you have good intra-abdominal pressure. You pull your lats down, retract and depress the scapula, and just make sure you're tight. All right, that's the main thing. So take-home point there is put yourself in better positions for being able to lift as much as you truly can, given your true strength potential. Now, after that, after a core lift, we're going to simply work on our weak points. Number one weak point is going to be our upper chest and anterior delts, which, by the way, that's not just going to be for your overhead press, but also your bench press too. So what I did here is kind of like a quasi cluster set. Did about 8 to 10 reps and then about 10 seconds rest before hitting another set of failure there. Great way to increase the time under tension while working on increasing the work capacity and weak point strength that's holding my overhead press and bench press back, and then going to work on more of these stabilizing muscles that are going to help build the bigger overhead press too. And again, same thing applies. These won't just increase your strength for the overhead press, but also the bench press. So see what I did there? I basically did the primary movers, the upper chest and delts, and then worked on the kind of secondary kind of stabilizing muscles that are responsible for the overhead press. So work on primary movers, then secondary / stabilizing muscles. So afterwards, going to the gun show, doing some incline dumbbell skull crushers, working on the long head of the triceps, what I call the functional side. And the whole objective here is just to try to increase weak point strength of that muscle group so I can improve my lockout in both the overhead and bench press. That's not going to be as much of a limiting factor in my bench press, but definitely one in my overhead press, and need to work on that a whole lot. Bicep work here, just a smooth transition using the same weight. Incline dumbbell curls are a fantastic way to build overall size and density in your pipes, and of course, got to do a little bit of easy bar curl here just to kind of get more time under tension and just kind of crush the biceps. I'm not a huge fan of doing biceps, but if you are going to do it, make sure you explode up, hold tight at the top, and kind of reduce that speed and do a slow eccentric on the way down. That'll definitely force more growth that you're looking for. And back to the good stuff, some upper back work. Just doing some retraction work here for the scapula. Simple band scarecrows. It's not going to be too complex of an exercise, but it's one that you definitely need to do for upper back health, especially if you're doing a lot of bench press and overhead press work. You need that stabilizing strength, and you need to focus on your posterior as well as the anterior portion of your torso. Far too many dudes focus on only what they see in the mirror, but it's the back that gets the job done too. So don't forget to do any loaded scapular retraction work.
Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's Flex Friday routine. It gives you a clear understanding on some of the very simple guidelines for increasing your overhead press. Now, if you're one of those meatheads out there that doesn't give a damn about how much weight you can take for a ride overhead, but instead just want to build a monster bench press, then remember this. One of the big reasons a lot of raw bench pressers fail is weak anterior delts and weak stabilizing strength in their back. And those are two things that increasing your overhead press will dramatically improve. So if you're hitting a plateau with your bench press and want to know a very simple thing you can do to mix it up and lift out of that, that plateau, throw in the overhead press as your core lift. Do some heavy work on that for a couple weeks and then reintroduce the bench press, and I can promise you, you'll be surprised with how much more that you will be able to bench. It is definitely a plateau buster that you need to start throwing in. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure that if you're trying to build more of that dense, ripped, and powerful muscle mass, that functional muscle mass that allows you to look and perform like a beast that we talked about, that you pick up your free copy of the muscle building blueprint that I put together for you by clicking on this button right here, or if you're on your cell phone or a tablet, go down to the description area and click on the first link that you see. When you do that, I'll take you to another page which breaks down every free module you're getting, as well as how it's going to teach you the simple and proven methods that will help you build programs that put your body in position for faster gains in that powerful functional muscle mass that allows you to look and perform straight beast mode. Like I said, it's completely free of charge, so just click this button right here or on the first link that you see down in the description area and I'll take you to that free gift page. And of course, if you have an Ask MANdler question that you want me to answer, leave that down in the comment section below and I'll hook you up with a video response. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the free kick-ass content and routines that I'm going to be hooking you up with on the reg. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler